Yeah.
Shout out to the Gator Pit. Shout out to Dirty Five.
Fire.
Shout out to
Speaking
Winwood.
of music, I need to get you to finish this bar for me. Man, I love this bar.
This life hazardous, adaptation immaculate, survival of the fittest. I'ma fit you for your casket quick. A wooden box for your thoughts, claustrophobia. Buried with the neckties from the mountains of Colombia. I got you sniffing on director's cut. You can seek directions, I'ma be direct as fuck. Nino Brown, I'ma terrorize, immobilize, weaponize my bars to this ash in the golden sky.
Wooden box for your thoughts, claustrophobia.
Yeah, buried with the neckties from the mountains of Colombia.
I love that. You're from Colombia?
And I say, I got you sniffing on director's cut. You can seek direction. I'ma be direct as fuck. Yeah, man. Nah, I'm not from Colombia, but I dated a lot of Colombians.
Fire.
So I know the culture. I know the culture very well. A lot of aguardiente and a lot of sancocho.
Fire.
You know, and
fire.
But
get the queen, you know.
Hey man, I love Colombians, man. I love Colombians. They're so much fun.
Colombians, if you're listening, and we know you are, we love you.
Yes, they are fun and they will have a good time.
So where are you from, family wise? Like.
So I'm adopted, and my adopted family is from Cuba. Like they're straight Cuban. They came here in the '60s. And they're both very successful in their fields, and you know, my mom and my dad, and they raised me, and you know, I grew up in Kendall, you know, hammocks, Kendall Lakes, Sunset High, just, you know, straight by 152 and Sunset, out there out west, and you know, so I have a big Cuban family, man, but I'm adopted, and I would say, like, before that, like, my actual...
Shout out to your family that did that, bro.
Yes,
it's really,
shout out to them.
Really.
And the family, have you done the research, like the 23andMe, or do you have, like, knowledge? Do you have, like, some people just have information?
I'm not a big fan of the whole DNA stuff, you know, I don't... I feel like I'm in this place, like you're
good with it.
It's not where you're from, it's where you're at, right?
No,
like,
facts.
That's, you know, but that's just how I see
But your
it,
look, it's more like I wonder where, like, where you're, I guess
I mean, from information that I have from my mom that she's told me is that, like, my family goes back to, like, Honduras.
Honduran, okay, yeah, so Chico, you're Chico.
But there's, like, a lot of stops along the way, you know, like
right, but okay,
Central American, you know, like cool. Around there, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was actually born in Texas, right on the border.
What part?
Brownsville. Like,
Brownsville.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the border. Yeah, the border city right there. And I was adopted maybe when I was like almost 2 years old. So I was legit.
But you were from an orphanage, or
yeah. I was in the system.
Got it.
I was in the system. Yeah.
Okay.
I you know, as I grew older, I like to think that, like, my family, like, tried to smuggle me in and didn't make it in, and they just threw me over, you know. And they were like, "This baby's gonna have a better life."
So you were in the orphanage as a baby?
Yeah.
And it's in Texas, near the border,
right.
In Brownsville.
Right.
So that's the okay.
So there's some kind of story there that I don't really have full details on, but I know that it has to do something probably with, you know, being smuggled in, maybe. I don't know.
The origin story, tremendo película. That's the first scene.
It's
of the
crazy
movie.
Because when I think about it, and I don't like to think about much of it because there's really not much I can know about it because there's not a lot of information. But when I think about it, it's like, yo, like, yeah, like, I think my parents wanted me to have a better life, and I got one, right? So, like, that's a blessing in itself, right there. You know what I'm saying? And like,
shout out to them.
As I've gotten older, I've started to realize all the blessings that have been bestowed upon me in this life. When you're younger and you don't really have a sense of purpose or direction, it's hard to really see what's in front of you. What you have is so good and it's so golden that you need to, like, hold on to it, man. And I feel like that is the stage in my life that I'm in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, being around the people that I care about, making the music that I care about, and making the music that I want to hear, man. Like, I listen to music now and I just like, man, this isn't what I want to hear, man.
On that topic there,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
is there a specific song that a long time ago that, you know, that really stuck in your head? It got you.
Yeah, like,
what was
as far as like hip hop goes, Speech Cobras, which is a song by Jedi Mind Tricks on Violent by Design, which features Mr. Liff, and that song to me just.
It did it
because the sample is so beautiful and it's just so, like, well done and put together, and the verse and just the scratching and, like, man, it just, like to me, like that's what hip hop's supposed to sound like at least underground hip hop or whatever genre that was at that time.
That was hip hop at the time.
It was from Philly, you know, and it was that underground Philly scene and like the Boston guys and like up there. And I don't know, man, like the hip hop I grew up listening to, you could hear it in my music today. Like it's just there, you know. I feel like that's what I want it to sound like. The stuff that I grew up listening to.
Mission accomplished. It has very heavy hip hop. You know, it's very, very hip hop. Do you have any? I know you've said you want to get into other genres. What genres would you see yourself getting into next? First, you've already done, you know, the bass, the house music.
I would really love to experiment with dub.
Dub. Okay, so more house.
Yeah.
What about outside of house?
No, not house. Like
What's dub?
like dub, like reggae dub.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
reggae dub.
Yeah, like old dub, like where dubstep originated from, with those like heavy echoes and heavy delays on like reggae music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff that because like I want to go back to messing with tapes. Because like that's one thing that I really pride myself on is like knowing about like analog shit. Like I'm a big I still spin on vinyls, and like I still
You do all the cutting on your album.
Yeah, I do all the
cutting. That was going to be a
cutting.
question about the album when we got into it, but I'd love to start now. But so you're doing the cutting on your album.
I'm doing all the cutting on my albums. I got into scratching when I started working at Guitar Center, probably like in 2007, 2008, as soon as I graduated high school.
In the store, you're working on it?
So, sorry. So, I remember I came home one night and my friend was like, yo, you got to watch this video. And I was like, just getting into hip hop at the time. And I was like, sure, man. And like at that time, I think we were like tripping on acid or maybe doing some shrooms. We were on some kind of psychedelic. And my friend's like, we got to watch this video, dude. I'm like, all right. So he puts it on, and it's Wave Twisters by DJ Qbert, which is a hour-long album produced by DJ Qbert with scratches from like Dirt Styles, Qbert, Mixmaster Mike, and all those guys. And he did like a visual to it, which was like insane, like insanity.
And
like,
this is what you watched on acid?
This is what I was watching on acid. Like,
oh my God.
And it was like this story told through turntablism about like this dentist that like had the 4 elements of hip hop on like a watch, and like he was like, yo, I'm telling you, it was amazing shit. And I'm fucking tripping balls watching this, and like I was like, I gotta learn how to do that.
This is it.
Like I saw there's like a scene where like it's him and like Dirt Styles, and they're scratching to like they're shooting bullets at like an octopus.
We're gonna cut to it.
No, dude, it's crazy, dude, and you could see the way they did it with the green screen, and like they have like commentary and shit, how they did all this shit, and like they're like shooting bullets at octopuses, scratching, and I'm like, yo, I gotta learn how to do this. And then that's how I just got into scratching. Like I bought a turntable with credit at Guitar Center. I don't know how I got this credit. I applied. I was like 19. I got like $5,000 worth of credit. I bought like 2 turntables, a mixer. I bought all this stuff, and like I just fell in love with it, man. And
with $5 worth of credit?
No, 5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
I was about to say, yo,
no,
inflation.
$5,000 worth of credit, and I ended up buying all this gear that like at that time I couldn't pay back. So my dad ended up helping me pay back all this stuff.
Guitar Center and Kindle.
Yeah, because he didn't want my credit all fucked up.
Almost, you know?
Yeah, I was young as fuck, dude. Like they got me. I still have it. Yeah, still have it.
Wow.
And man, like it made me feel like I was doing something that was like a lost art, man. I didn't see a lot of people doing this stuff, man. Like I had seen Hair On at the time, and I had seen like other guys like Craze and stuff like that doing this stuff, but like I didn't really fully understand what it was. And it wasn't until like I had to do it on my own where I was like, man, this is difficult, you know? It wasn't easy. And like people say, oh, how do you learn how to do this? How do you do that? And I'm like, dude, years. Like,
work,
like,
hours.
Yeah,
hours.
like I would be there. And then I remember my boss, my GM at Guitar Center hated me because all I would do was scratch all day, but I would sell. Because I would make it look cool.
That's the perfect
right?
marketing tool. Show people what you could do.
But he hated me because he thought I wasn't working all the time.
Hating on you. He wanted to be you.
I was the highest selling guy in the DJ department because I would just literally show people, hey, you could do this. You know, and like you could do this, like mix this, mix that.
A Jedi, that's literally the Force.
Like, yeah, and then like people would be like, yo, I want that. And then I would be like the highest selling guy in the pro audio section. And my boss would just look at me like, you know, like, whatever, just old grumpy white dude, you know, like,
Shout out to him. Did he hire you?
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
And I was there for a long time. I was there for a while until I had to leave personal problems. As we get older, shit happens. But shout out to Guitar Center, man. Like they really taught me a lot about shit that I know today, man. Just by being able to sell all that stuff and like getting those free courses. I took advantage of those classes that they gave you, man.
Fire.
I would take the Pro Tools class. I would take the Ableton class. Like that's how I learned about Ableton. I learned about Ableton, which I use to this day.
Early.
When it was in like Ableton 4 Live Light. Yeah, you
light.
remember you would get those, dude. You would get
How many
those.
years ago is this? How many years ago?
This was like 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, it was old.
Well, for me, it was like 2006. Maybe it was
18
around.
years ago.